The sounds and rhythms of life are all around us. The tick of a clock. The snap, snap, snap of a jump rope. The beat of a drum.
Rhythm is the mind identifying and living with patterns. Heartbeat, breath, the cadence of your speech, the gait of your walk.
From that vision, drumboxing was born.
180, left, left, right.
The brainchild of percussionist John Wakefield and professional volleyball player Christina Hines. Drumboxing is a new fitness regime for not only your body, but your mind.
This is kind of brain fitness in motion.
Intrigued, I decided to take the class.
I think I'm getting it.
The workout combines the movements of boxing with the beats of drumming in ever-changing sequences and combinations.
We use rhythm as a real cornerstone of this. So these drums, we move around them, put you in different patterns, and then things change. It's the variability that really sets this apart.
That variability, which challenges the brain and working memory, has scientists intrigued.
If I say 5,
when you are doing something where you have to keep multiple short-term memory, short little programs in mind, that's really one of the most effective cognitive workouts that we can have for the brain.
Mistakes are expected and often the point, something I learned almost immediately.
I have no idea why I'm doing this practice.
it's actually the process that's important. And without the mistakes, this training wouldn't be effective, because that's where we really, you figure out how to move forward, how to go to that next thing.
So what I'm hearing is lean into my mistakes.
Lean into them, own them, and just keep the beat.
It's Genesis 14 years ago in the sweat and grit of a boxing gym.
I'd never been in like a real boxing gym. And just the sound. There was just rhythm everywhere. It was immediate, and it was a visceral reaction, and I just felt like I was home.
John, who's a percussionist for the LA Opera, was asked to work with one of the fighters who was hoping to infuse some rhythm into his movement.
So we sat down with some congas and just started playing. Immediately I noticed how the changing tempos, changing rhythms, changing patterns on the drums really engaged his focus in a way that I wasn't always seeing in other parts of his training. So that's what I started to lean into.
That experience changed his life, so he started researching the science of the brain. That's how he met Christina, who was researching flow state at USC.
What is flow state?
We're realizing that this is the state of peak performance, and it's where you're happiest and you can perform the best.
And you're not thinking about anything else.
You're in the present moment.
John introduced her to drumboxing, and she was hooked.
He created something that's actually a flow state experience. You can't not get into it when you're doing it.
So they created a class, first in her backyard, a few people, a few drums. Then, as the pandemic was winding down, they opened this studio. Since then, momentum has been building, and the reviews, stellar.
What is it that you love about it so much?
I think this is the only workout I've ever found that you can completely clear your mind.
It's more than a physical workout. It's a mindfulness practice.
Mind and body in motion.
Guys, this was so much fun to try. It's definitely mentally challenging, but that is also part of what makes it so fun and unique. And the science is fascinating. Mind-body workouts could help those with cognitive decline. John says they've had a lot of interest from people with Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease. But what was also just so cool to see when I was there was how many different types of people were enjoying this workout, from young college students to people in their 60s and 70s. Everybody having a good time, guys.
Oh, okay. That is so interesting, because you think about learning to drum, right? You want to stay still and focus.
Right.
But to exercise at the same time, I get the mind-body connection.
Different things, and the whole thing probably flies by.
Liz, thank you.
Liz.
Thank you, Liz.